Hey everybody, this is Kara Crossway Brindle. Welcome back to another Pivoting Practice. This is an episode that we talk about battling burnout, diversifying income. All of our guest speakers are mental health professionals that have diversified, and so they're doing different things, branching out from the direct client care. Today we have Tim with us. Hi Tim, thanks for being here.
Of course.
Yeah, so I asked you specifically to come on to talk about teaching, but before we jump into that, how about you share with our viewers what you're up to as a whole? What do you have going
Sure.
on?
My name is Tim Winicki. I'm a practitioner here in Colorado. I own a small private practice and teach both at the university and at different treatment centers for different breakouts, mostly on addictions, mental issues, and veterans.
Yes, all really powerful and important topics, I would say.
It works out for me,
Yeah, I bet you keep pretty busy doing all of that.
just a little bit.
Definitely. Well, what got you into teaching? What inspired you to go that direction?
So for me, it was actually the military. So I was in the military. I did intelligence work, which is nowhere near as exciting as they tell you it is. It's all secret, which isn't always interesting.
Yeah.
But what I really liked was training people, and I found pretty early on that I had a knack for it. I trained around 3,000 airmen, their bystander intervention program against sexual assault when that launched. And then for every position I held, I was the primary trainer, and my trainees did really well. So that all led me to continue teaching when I was in grad school.
Amazing. Wow, that's inspiring. Thank you for all that you did. I imagine that
Sure.
everyone was very appreciative of everything that you were able to contribute.
Not everyone, but it worked out most of the time.
Difficult topics from what you just highlighted there. So
Just
that's
so,
part of it.
just so.
So I imagine, the reward is obviously meeting new people and connecting with people. Are there other elements that make teaching rewarding for you, especially right now when so many people are actually leaving teaching?
Yeah, for me, it's about balance. So as a clinician, you're listening, you're always intaking. And if you're good at it, you're giving the clients back what they gave you. As a teacher, it's more of an outpouring. You're getting the students the information they don't have, that they're thirsty for, that they need. And the energy of the room is a lot different. And so I'm a better clinician when I teach, and I'm a better teacher when I'm a clinician.
Oh, so that balancing act is definitely there. Absolutely.
Yeah.
What would you consider a challenge of teaching? Because I know we always want to look at both sides of the coin.
Depending on where you're teaching the money. So here in Colorado, the universities do not pay enough to make it lucrative. You're really teaching because you like teaching, and it improves your business. So more of my clients are willing to pay a higher rate because I'm a college professor. I get
Oh,
referrals because former students refer to me. I'm able to go and bill out higher rates to go train in treatment centers because I'm a college professor.
so that added credibility of you know what you're talking about, and you have that persona or that like credibility to say I can go up
Yeah.
and stand in front of people and handle this.
Mhm. Well, and depending on your population, it's also a really good way to serve a community, right? So a big portion of my practice is veterans and first responders. There's a desperate need for folks doing that. And so by getting out and teaching people enough to help, you don't feel like you have the weight of the entire population on you anymore.
Yeah, that's a great point of like, hey, we can spread the wealth and help people actually step up and do this really powerful work.
Just so.
Absolutely. If you had to help someone say they want to get into teaching, but they're not sure where to start, what would you advise them to do based on your experience?
Remember, to teach, you only need to know a little bit more than the students. It doesn't take being a deep subject matter expert to come up with a half-hour curriculum on something. If
Mm,
you are good enough to be a clinician for somebody around that issue, you're probably good enough to do a basic lunch and learn to try it out.
yeah, and just get your feet wet, see if they actually like it. I know that they say 80% of the population has a fear of public speaking, so that's a big barrier here
Yeah.
too.
Yeah,
But
I think that fear works out really well. What I find is on presentations or classes when I'm not at all afraid or nervous, I'm bad at teaching that day.
oh, so it's actually kind of a motivator to keep you at your best.
Just means you care.
Yeah, I would agree with that. Like you have to almost have a little bit of nervousness or anxiety to keep the energy up versus the
Yeah,
kind of flat monotone that we might get in if we're tired or bored.
just so.
Definitely. Okay. Well, if people wanted to talk to you further about your teaching experience or the populations that you work with now, what would be the best way for them to reach you?
So my website's going to have all the information you need, both as me as a clinician and educator or presenter. It's www.empoweredchangece.com.
Perfect. I'll make sure to include that below the video so people can jump right in there and ask you some questions or connect with you further. If there was a last final tip for the folks that are considering this, which are other mental health clinicians thinking about teaching, jumping into teaching, what would you have to say for them?
So if you're going into private practice, diversify. Don't sit alone in a room waiting for you to notice you burning out.
Mm-hmm.
Get out
Yeah,
there
I
and
think
teach, get out there, do a group, get out there, do consultation, do something where you're at least seeing other people that do the work.
absolutely. I think you and I both have experience with burnout. So we say that with a lot of heartfelt encouragement that don't just do one thing. It's important to diversify for lots of reasons.
100%.
Absolutely. Well, Tim, this is super helpful as a fellow educator. I just appreciate you coming on. I know that we both have lots of different things we're doing, and we love working with our students and with the community at large. So thank you so much for being here.
Anytime. I love being part of anything you're doing.
Well, thank you. That's very flattering. All right, viewers, stay tuned for other entrepreneurial therapists to see what they're up to and how you can diversify your income with the Pivoting Practice series. We'll see you next time.